parent-teacher conferences are being held at Dodd Middle School in Freeport, Long Island. For third-year biology teacher Kim Kesavangian, the conferences are an important opportunity to connect with parents. She will see half of her students' parents in a single night.
I have about 120 students, and I see probably between 50 and 60 parents. They are often having the same problems with the child at home that we are in school. That's why I think it's so important for us to have a plan of action with the parent to get some of the work done that needs to be done for them to succeed in school. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Come on in.
One of the parents who comes to meet with Kim is Lori Beckett McKenzie. Lori has two daughters, Tony and Nia, and Kim teaches them both.
Tony is my 7th grader. This is her first year actually being on grade level curriculum. She doesn't test that well, but she picks it up with her homework and her class participation and extra credit and projects and things of that nature. My 8th grader is Nia. She's 14. She does very well. She needs to be challenged. She needs to be pushed because she can get a little distracted sometimes and not do as well as she can do.
Just need you to sign in for me. Glad you're here. And I have pretty good news.
Okay.
To prepare for the conference with Lori, Kim met earlier with Debbie Feinstein, an expert in parent-teacher relations.
Is there a particular issue or concern that you're thinking about right now that we can brainstorm together?
Yeah, I have one parent in particular that I teach two of her children, two daughters. One is in 7th grade, one is in 8th grade. And they're both, very good students. My one concern with the 7th grade student is some of her tests. Her study skills need some improvement.
You mentioned that she has an older sister. Mm-hmm. Do they have a relationship where the older sister can give her a little bit more time at home with parent, observing, watching?
It's good because the older sister's in 8th grade, so she covered all the material for 7th grade. So she can definitely assist her with the content in 7th grade since it is different from 8th grade.
If the parent would agree that, their sibling could help, it's another way of assisting her, supporting her.
I hope to get out of the parent-teachers conference what else, if anything, I can do more to assist in what she's doing in her classroom. Just give it to me the way it is, and then we work together to try to find a way to resolve whatever it might be.
Start with Tony first. Okay, so she's doing pretty good. In class, she can volunteer. She volunteers to read. She, will answer the questions correctly. She's really very eager because she understands some of the material. The only concern I really have is some of the quizzes and the tests. Nia, on the other hand, she's also doing good. She does her homework. She could study more. I'd like to see her higher than an 86 because I think she's more than capable of doing that.
She definitely is.
And I really would like to have the girls work together. Is there any time that's good for them that could be set aside on a daily basis for them to work together?
I think so, but by the time Nia gets home, Tony's already finished her assignments and her homework, and Nia has generally done hers as well. So there is some time we can set aside each day.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. Even, like I said, if they do flashcards, if they, have Tony read Nia the sheet that I sent home for the night, or vice versa. Just have them, take turns reading it, or just, kind of help each other and test each other a little bit.
Okay.
Thank you for coming. Well, thank you. I always show up. I wouldn't miss it.
I know.
Wouldn't miss it.
Or vice versa. Just have them, take turns reading it, or just, kind of.
So, Kim, how do you think that went?
It went rather good, that conference. Both of her children, do their work and study, and we discussed having them work together, and I've spoken to her since, and they are working together, so I'm pretty happy about that.
That's wonderful. And what I noticed from this video was that you really were very conscious of the 4 steps in a successful parent conference. There was a greeting, and there's obviously a relationship that you have established with this parent. You worked right into, in a very natural way, the successes of Tony first. You then gave some next steps that you thought about, and then you moved to Nia, and you discussed again where she's successful, what some of the challenges were, and next steps for both daughters to take to improve their practice. And the tone that you set with the parent was lovely. It was very amiable between you. It was a good give and take. One suggestion I do have, and if you'll notice in the video that you're sitting across from each other, in the future, I would suggest that if you could move over a little bit and the parents sit over in this part.
Okay.
So it would be more invitational.
Okay.
This is very, adversarial in a sense. Sitting here and here might send a friendlier message.
Okay.
I noticed from my notes when you spoke about Tony, your concern with the quizzes and the test, and that she was missing 2 homework assignments. Could you have been more specific with the parent what those homework assignments were about? Perhaps if we can see if there's a pattern over time that whatever that type of homework assignment might be that she's having difficulty in, that we might be able to zero in on why those were not done. And it would not only help the mom understand, but it would also help Tony know where to now focus. And I was wondering also if at times that you've shown specific student work to the parent. Having parents giving the opportunity to hear and actually see the evidence of the work really helps them gain a greater understanding of what's expected, which is important. Do you have any questions that we haven't touched upon in our conversation?
So say you're having a parent conference and the conference just is not going anywhere. The feelings are escalating and there's just no solution in sight. What are some suggestions to do then?
They're carrying baggage of who they were as students also. And sometimes it's very hard for them to leave their history at the door. You have to remain professional, stay calm, and have in the back of your mind, let me jot down some of the points that you brought up, and how about we make an appointment for a next meeting in a few weeks, and I would like to invite your name of your guidance counselor or the dean of your school to be part of the meeting to help work on a solution. If you're expecting some difficulty with a particular parent, why don't you ask some members of your team to come and join you and let the parent know in advance that you're going to have, their child's English teacher, social studies teacher, so we can get a bigger picture of what's happening. So it's not just the focus on you, and there would be other people there to help support not only you, but supporting the child. Kim, thank you, because it really, for me, is an amazing opportunity because you have given your time and you've been so patient and kind. And I do appreciate that.
And I appreciate
and
having the opportunity. I appreciate it too. Thank you for your time.
And good luck next year.
Thank you.
If parents see that you are open to sharing, that when the time comes and there are issues to face that might be more difficult to discuss, you have that bridge already, that you're both there for the child. And the benefits are when the child succeeds.
Sit on the same side of the table. Give parents specifics about where their child is struggling. Show examples of student work. If a situation becomes tense, stay professional and suggest a follow-up meeting. If expecting trouble, have others present.